Hello everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at the Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus and see how this particular phone holds up in the middle part of 2024. Now, the big thing I can definitely tell you about this particular phone is that I think it's still completely worth buying for sure. It's just a little bit of a different type of device because it's not really going to have the longest software support for a Samsung device right now. But I will tell you, there's still a lot of capability behind this device, and I still love this phone for sure. It's a really, really good quality phone, and if it just lasted forever in terms of software, I'd probably recommend this phone forever. But let's go and see how this particular phone holds up in the middle part of this particular year. If you want to pick up this phone or some other phones, links will be down in the description. You can get that from there, and you can help support the channel at the exact same time. Now, a big thing to keep in mind is that with these particular phones, the body of these things hold up so well, it's not even funny. This type of device, like the body, you're going to be getting a 6.7-inch dynamic AMOLED display, 1080p 120Hz, a very, very good panel. It only gets 1300 nits of brightness though, which isn't like amazing, but it's still like pretty good for the most part, and I haven't had like too many crazy issues with it. And I still think in so many different ways, it's still like a very, very decent device when it comes down to it. You're still getting USB Type-C on the bottom, frosted glass back. And the thing that was very funny is that this phone had a frosted glass back, but the other devices, like what Samsung did with the S21, did not have a frosted glass back. It had a plastic back. So that was pretty crazy in and of itself. But I still look at a phone like this one and I'm still very, very happy with it. I think it's a very good device on the exterior. Triple camera setup on the backside, wireless and reverse wireless charging. You're getting IP certification. Like, this is a very good phone still. And I would still recommend, like, if you need to go ahead and buy a phone, it's a very, very decent option, at least from a body perspective, for sure. Now, on top of that, with this type of device, the camera is still very good. The software is the thing that's a little bit off for me though. This thing is on Android 14 right now, and as of right now, it is like the current version of Android, which is very nice. But the big thing to keep in mind here is that this device really isn't going to be lasting forever, right? With a phone like a phone like this, if you're going to be grabbing it, the problem here is that this type of device isn't going to be lasting for a very, very long amount of time. So if you're wanting a device that's going to be lasting you for a long amount of time, well, then you might want to swing up for something like maybe like a Galaxy S24, Galaxy S23, or even a Galaxy S22. Those devices are going to be lasting a longer period of time than this one. And I would hate for you to go ahead and buy this phone if it's already going to be outdated with software. And that is a very high likelihood that is probably going to end up happening within this particular device. So that right there is another big thing to keep in mind. Performance-wise, this phone is going to be giving you that Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 chipset inside, which actually isn't that bad. Like, I still think it's a pretty good chipset inside of this particular phone. On top of that, it's going to be giving you 8GB of RAM, which, like I said before, is pretty decent. It's not the worst amount of performance to have inside of a device, and I do think if you're going to go through and buy a device, this thing is not that bad now. So performance-wise, I still think this thing holds up very, very well, and I think that's a very, very good thing going on for this particular device too. So in a lot of ways, that is a very, very cool thing going on for this particular phone too. So overall, I would probably tell you, I think in some ways this phone is still worth buying. And I think there's a lot of reasons why this type of device still does well, for the most part. I don't know if this would be the first phone I'd recommend people to buy though, but it's still a very decent one. And if you need like the cheapest, Samsung phone that I'd recommend, this is probably one of the ones I'd probably recommend as of this point. So in terms of that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.